Hey friends, welcome back to Vince and Gigi's Super Channel G. Look how absolutely incredible these Marvel Legends look. This is the brand new Fantastic Four Super Skrull Build-A-Figure Wave. You're not going to want to miss this. I know we just did Fantastic Four, the one that was Walgreens exclusive just a couple weeks ago, but those are from a couple years ago, and I was so excited to do all of them. But this is the brand new set with a team suit. Look at that, and of course Mr. Fantastic with a beard. So we're gonna go ahead and get started momentarily. So guys, if you're not already subscribed to our channel, please subscribe below. Hit the notification bell next to it so you're notified every time we have a new video come out. Comment below, give us a big thumbs up, let us know where in the world you're watching from. Share this video with anyone who you think would enjoy it. And why don't we go ahead and get started right now.
It's so nice to meet you, Gigi.
Super Channel G.
Vince and Gigi, Super Channel G.
Vince and Gigi from Super Channel G.
Vince and Gigi from Super Channel G. I will see you on the TV.
Congratulations on all your success.
Super Channel G.
Welcome back, friends, to Vince and Gigi's Super Channel G. Look at this incredible, complete set of Marvel Legends. This is the brand new Fantastic Four set with the Super Skrull Wave, Build-A-Figure Wave. It looks absolutely incredible. Looks unbelievable, actually. And if I take a close look right here, you can actually see who is in this set. So there is Dr. Doom, Mr. Fantastic, Invisible Woman, Human Torch, Thing, and Hulk, otherwise also known as She-Hulk. And they all come with Build-A-Figure pieces to make Super Skrull right here. And it's really cool because Super Skrull also has two heads, so you can swap one out, and then regular arms and two other arms you can swap out. So that looks absolutely wonderful. I can't wait to just dive right on in. And you know what? Let's go ahead and go in order. What do you say? We're just showing you real quick how wonderful these action figs look. Look absolutely wonderful. And all right, set this aside right here. And let's go ahead and dive on in. So, first, we have Dr. Doom. And look how amazing that Fantastic Four emblem looks, that symbol right there. We have two heads right here. We have some swappable hands. And looks like we have one of the legs of our Super Skrull. And look at this beautiful packaging. This artwork looks absolutely wonderful. It's a little dark, but nonetheless looks absolutely wonderful. And take a look at this. Another action pose with the actual action figure. Actual action, that's all. But with Dr. Doom here, let's read what it says back here, because look how incredible these figs look. So it says, Dr. Doom. Victor Von Doom uses his incredible intelligence and mystical abilities to oppose the Fantastic Four. So, sure, he does. But I think there's a little more he does than just that. But anyway, let's get him open and let's take a look just how incredible this action figure is. I've been looking for this guy all around town for a long time and finally found him at a local comic book store when we were able to get the other ones at Walmart, actually. They also have them at GameStop and at Walgreens. And so let's take a look at these two heads right here. And they are different versions from the comic book. Wow, and I like this really cool, like, it's supposed to look like cloth, but it's just like really thin plastic. And I'm really digging the way that looks. So that looks cool. Look at that little hood and little wrinkles right there. That looks great. And you know what? Let's push out our Super Skrull Build-A-Figure leg. Look at that. What is this? The left foot, the left leg. Okay, set that aside. Pop them on out. And so, yeah, let me say that they did a wonderful job. Hasbro did with this Marvel Legends. Look how this looks like it's cloth almost, as does this. You know, I was wondering, but it's not. And look how it has little drawstrings right there. Let's see if I can get a better look right here with the light. Look at this face versus this one. That way you can have something to compare to. And man, does this one look outstanding. I wonder if this, no, it's attached to the top. I was like, wonder if it just comes off. It does not, but look at that head sculpt compared to this one. Doesn't open up that way, but still. So we'll set this one aside before we lose it, but look how there are some very obvious differences. There are similarities, there's very obvious differences, and I'm pretty sure I'm gonna leave this one on because it looks a whole lot more fierce. Let's just pop this back in here. There we go. And taking another look at this Doctor Doom. So the head has pretty good articulation, except of course this hood's going to restrict the movement a little bit. This cape is just lightly placed around the neck, so that way you know about that. Looks like what appears to be cloth right here for his outfit is actually really soft plastic and really cool texture. This beautiful belt. Let's see how, wow, the arms actually move pretty smooth. Move all the way around, click a little bit while going around, and then we have some great movement right here in the upper part of the bicep. Man, look at this sculpt. And I'm digging this extra little piece right here, right? We do have double joints right here at the elbow, so we can come into almost a 45-degree angle. I was like, does it turn here? It does not turn here, but it does move back and forth at the wrist. And look, this one actually has where it goes up and down like that and around. Look at the sculpt in the arm. And you know what? Does this gun actually come out? I don't even know it's supposed to open. I'm just like, hey, let's open it. And it does. Look. Too bad it's soft plastic, so it's like, meow, meow. So hopefully we can get it to stand, but I'm sorry, to stay. But look at this. I definitely wasn't anticipating that being there. And this is two pieces, so you can have him do some great poses and it not restrict the movement. Look at the really cool sculpt in the legs, and it definitely has that metallic look. Let's see. I need to see what the joint movement is on the legs. It is interesting. So it's not a typical ball joint, but it does have does move at the high part of the thigh. It has those where it clasps it together right there. Some pretty decent hip joint, some great mobility right here with the knees. Look at that, almost a mirror image. And then check out these ankles. They're a whole lot looser than I would have. Well, this one is not loose. It's this one that's loose. Look at that. And this one's like. Anyway, so we are able to have some. Wow, this angle's a little bit wacky, and is not wanting to move with the way I want it to. But this one does move better. All right. So check out this hand scope. Check out this one. So clearly this gun needs to go only in this hand, and he's got a trigger finger. And we can make him look very comic book-esque. And there we are. I will have you in my clutches. Let's see. See if we can have the best pose with this gun. That's good enough. It actually looks pretty awesome. Look at that. Let's go ahead and set him over here, and you can actually use the cape to help him stand. Oh, I almost forgot to mention, he does turn right here underneath where the belt is. Man, this is a great looking double belt there. Look at that. Wow. Oh, and we have this here too. Didn't even notice that. Look at that. I'm like, I guess we can put some of those action editions that show it's like a flame you want coming out. But Looks absolutely great. Okay. There we go. And he does do his ab crunch right there where there's a joint right there. So that looks absolutely amazing. Let's put him right on over here. What do you say? Look how great that looks. All right, awesome. Let's move on to our next action figure. Which next it's Mr. Fantastic. And I will say this, you know, obviously he's such an important figure, important person in the Fantastic Four, and this is pretty cool how we have him with a beard here and a little touch of gray right there on his beard. But I was a little disappointed to see only his hands are shown as like, I feel they could have done a lot more than just fingers, and not even the thumb either. So couldn't we have done something else elongated? Because that's a little disappointing. Just and that's it. And there's no real other accessories, just in those two spider. I almost don't even want to swap them out. But all right, there was my rant for today. But all right, here we go. This one comes with the other leg. Look at this artwork right here. He's just kind of thinking with his gloves. It's a mirror image right here, and here's an action pose. So he just has his arm across his body. Not digging that it has two fists either, so I'm not really digging either one of these for action poses, so that's unfortunate. But take a look what it says here. Mr. Fantastic. Reed Richards is a brilliant scientist with the ability to stretch his body into any shape. And this looks great. And let's get him on out. Here we are. Look at that. And of course we have the other leg for our Super Skrull. Pop that on. There we go. There we are. Okay. And I don't know how I feel about these hands, but you know what? Let's try them on anyway. Let's zoom on in. Look at this head sculpt. It's pretty good. It's a little bit like little dots here, which we will see often, but for the solid paint here, pretty good head sculpt. Look at that. Let's see how far back. Wow, amazing articulation, mobility. We can turn the head pretty well. That's great. We've got a pretty good solid, you can hear it, ab crunch here. Arms go all the way around and they move far back enough. Look at that. You can even flex. So more stretching, gotta get out of bed. So put your dukes up. Look at that. Okay, and so we have this is a body sculpt that we've seen, well, I guess more the arms we've seen, because this right here is a little more unique. Look at that Fantastic Four emblem on his chest. This is kind of cool, this little paint job right here. Little detail. This right here where it turns right here at the waist. I like this paint, this almost like this V stripe right here. Okay, we have double joints right here at the elbow. Let's see if they both move. Yes, and it almost brings the arms all the way in. So that's a plus. We have good articulation right here and moving. The wrists, now if you look here, this looks like a little bit of rushed sculpt, and because of that makes it look like paint, and we'd actually need to sand that down. Look at that. So this one's a little bit better, and there's not a whole lot to see on this action figure. Got nice stiff joints. These knees bend pretty well. Look at that. We got outstanding articulation from the arms and legs. Actually, was in the high part of the thigh right here. Got pretty good hip joints and some really good ankle articulation. Look at that, and some really futuristic looking shoes. Man, I would wear those shoes. And they have like cleats on the bottom, so that's interesting. Don't know what future sport he's looking to play, but those would be some really cool shoes. Just throwing that out there. I would definitely buy those. So, alright. So we swap out the hands. Alright, so all we gotta do is twist and pull. Twist and pull. Pull these bad boys out. And alright, well, this is what the hand looks like. And it's just soft plastic. unfortunately this is settled in there, so it keeps bending into the other finger. Get this one out too. So they look like they're basically almost mirror images of each other. We'll put that in there, and okay, this hand right here, and so almost looks like it wants to be Wolverine, but not. And so, as I mentioned before, this is just not a very exciting accessory. If that's all he's doing, just stretching out his fingers, I'd rather the arm stretch out than the fingers, or both, but oh well. So let's just make him a more exciting pose. There we go, like he's gonna play like catch, and be like gotcha. So let's see what we can do regarding that. But other than that, like, this is unfortunately a missed opportunity. I mean, this is Mr. Fantastic. So anyway, we'll just leave him like that, and there we are. So all right, cool. Set him up right on over here. And you know what? Let me get him a different pose. So something simple, just like that. But would have liked to have been able to do more with this action figure. Unfortunately, he is limited. All right. Cool. Hold on, he's not standing the way I wanted him to. There we go. All right. He just kind of like, what? What? All right, let's move on. Next, we have Marvel's Invisible Woman, and this looks outstanding. It comes with a Super Skrull chest, torso area, and this is all right artwork. Not amazing. There's a mirror image, and this one looks all right. And then I guess I'm sorry, it feels a little uninspired. But this action figure looks great. And let's read what it says back here. It says, Marvel's Invisible Woman. Sue Storm has the ability to bend light, making herself and others invisible. And she can do other stuff, force field and so on, but all it mentions back there for now. Let's slide her on out. And again, perhaps a lack of accessories. So we only have this. And I'm like, this doesn't show what we can do with it here. And I guess her fingers can slide in there. It's got a little weird hole. So take a look at that. Sorry about that. Here's our Super Skrull chest and torso area. That looks cool. We'll set it aside for now. And pop out Invisible Woman. There we are. All right, taking a closer look here. And pretty good head sculpt. Look at that. The paint on the hair is a little rushed looking, but good sculpt for the hair. Softer here, and has pretty good articulation, especially down. Back, of course, it's going to be restricted by how much you can go there, and still moves a little bit. So, pretty good head sculpt. This body mold we've seen many times before, and unfortunately, it looks like okay. If you push it in and down, the arms will move back more than I thought. Obviously, they are matching uniforms, so that looks cool, and that's why we have this same little B stripe here. So, all right, we got where it looks almost like gloves here, but it's just the suit design. And she's got this hand like we've seen many times before. We saw it on MJ in the Spider-Man Homecoming 2-pack. Got a fist here, and I really would have liked to have seen more accessories, something, but nonetheless, here we are. They definitely have the team suits. Comes into about a 90-degree angle here. This arm feels a little bit looser than the other one, And this one, the wrist does go back and forth and around. Fingers are soft. We got pretty good articulation here at the hips, and then we can move in the high part of the thigh. Okay. These joints right here at the knees are a little bit softer than I would have liked. That's why they kind of move like this. But they do seem to stay put, so I will say that much. And then here we have almost the same shoes, except these have a little bit of some sort of wedge or something right here. Partial platform. Otherwise, you know, they almost look cool like Mr. Fantastic's, but anyway, they look alright. I wish it wouldn't be two hands, it wouldn't be any fist whatsoever. Two hands like this would have even been better. But let's see, does this slide right on in here? I'm thinking it does. See? Look at that. So that's kind of cool, I guess. That looks really cool. Again, I would have liked to have had two hands kind of open like that then. So let's see if I can get her to balance with these shoes. That looks pretty good. So there we are. Alright, cool. So let's see if we can there we go. A slightly better pose. Let's move this ankle. The ankle's not staying as much as I would have liked it to. That looks really cool. Let's put her right on over here. I don't want her to be falling forward. That looks pretty awesome. Look at that. What do you think about that, guys? Okay, great. Let's go ahead and move on to our next action figure. What do you say? Next is the Human Torch. Look how great this looks. This is alright. Pretty okay drawing right here. And let's take a look to see what it says here on the back. It says, Human Torch. Johnny Storm can transform his body into incredibly hot plasma, control fire, and fly. That's, yep, right on. And this one's very different from the Human Torch that we just did recently, because that one, the whole body was flames. And should be told, if you haven't seen that video, that Marvel Legend actually just flew apart, basically. But anyway, I haven't glued them back together, but we will do that soon. Alright. So let's take a look here. And wow, very cool. So we have some other, we have two sets, a set of arms for one side for our Super Skrull, a traditional arm, and then we have here where he's kind of morphing into the thing on this arm. Look at that. Isn't that really cool? And so we also have this, which I'm not 100% sure. No, okay, I take that back. I am 100% sure, because look, you can put it right there on the arm of the Super Skrull. It's like, who's it for? But I guess you can put it here. So that's cool. I'm sure we could do something like put it on the Human Torch as well, if we like. So I guess we will switch out the hands, because again, just fists. Look, excuse driving. Alright, let's look at this head sculpt. Looks okay. I think I would have. Alright, we'll see. It's a little different. I like the way the hair looks right there and the sculpt for that. Let's see what sort of mobility we have for the head. Pretty good. tilts a little bit, moves all the way around. You see that? So it's pretty far back and forward. We actually get some pretty outstanding articulation with this butterfly joint here. Look at that. So that's cool. Shoulders move around really well. Moves pretty good right above the bicep. Look at that. So that's cool. And then has pretty good joint articulation there. For the elbows, they come in almost a 45 degree angle. Almost. Now it is a little bit looser than I would have liked. There we go. Doing his bow flex. Has a great ab crunch. Look at that. And clicks and then moves pretty well here at the waist. We have some pretty good articulation on the legs. Right there, the knees move pretty well. High part of the thigh moves pretty well. The hip joints move pretty well. Everything's, you know, doing pretty good with this action figure. We'll say this. Again, has the matching suit, like Reed. He's got this extra joint right here on the high part of the shin. I'm not a big fan of that because bodies don't really move like that either. It doesn't help with any poses. He's got those really cool shoes that I like. And he's got that design right here. So that looks great. And you know what? Let's go ahead and switch these hands out. Twist and pull. Twist and pull. A piece of tape right here. Just pop it out from the side. Like that. So we can just put these hands underneath that. Here they go. And whoop. Get this little wraparound flame here. Wraparound flame there. And let's get these hands right on in here. And wow, that looks pretty cool. Look at that. That I'm digging. Again, too bad it's only his hands. Look at this one. It's fist flame. So that looks cool. It's very different. There we go. It's like he's baseball pitcher. About to throw a pitch. Just kidding. And we can definitely put these here. They just kind of wrap around like that. That's cool, right? Same thing here. They're soft and they just kind of wrap around. There we are. We'll do that. Wow, I really like the way that looks. So maybe we can have him almost like flying them. So, let me see what I can do here. Okay, I think this looks kind of cool. Look at this. I have him on this dynamic action stand to show him kind of like jumping up. Check that out. So, kind of like jumping, flying, hovering, you name it. And then of course we have this Super Skrull flame right here, but that's the side. Oh no, he started. Oh, wow, that was short-lived. So I can just have him like that. Maybe that's too high. All right, let me fix this real quick. Give me a second. Sorry guys. Maybe we can still have him leaning forward. There we go. Look at that. Good, because I'm really digging that. All right. Cool. All right, let's move on next. We have just a couple more. Next, we have Marvel's Thing. And this one comes with 2 Super Skrull heads, and both of them look amazing. Look at this awesome thing right here. That's great artwork right there. Very much in the same style as the other ones, but this is a really awesome piece of work right there. And let's take a look at what it says here on the back. Look at that. This one comes with, obviously we already saw the heads. What am I thinking? And look at this really cool action pose that they photographed here with a little bit of fog. So, Marvel's thing, bombarded by cosmic rays, Ben Grimm develops thick orange skin and superhuman strength. Okay, let's get him out. It looks a little bit different than the last thing that we reviewed for Fantastic Four, which was just recently. Here we are. Let's take a look here. Wow, look at these, both of these head sculpts. Careful with the ears here. Look at that. For Super Skrull. Looks outstanding. You know what? Maybe we can use both heads. We can do almost like army building with Skrulls. Again, be careful with the ears. They don't get ripped off when you're pulling it out. There we are. So almost the same, but one smiling. Look at that. So let's see. If it's glue or whatever, but pretty awesome. Put that aside. There's Ben Grimm, and he is definitely all right, let's take a closer look. Great head sculpt. Look at those eyes. Wow. Those are definitely bright blue. This big, overstated brow. That underbite and lip. Let's see. Oh! The head just took off. Give me a second. Okay, good. It didn't take me that long to find. I was like, let's see how far to go. Popped right off. Go. Okay, it's about that far down, that far back. Because if I push it any harder, it'll go flying off. So pretty good body sculpt. Look at this. Does not. Oops, I don't know what's clicking. Doesn't ab crunch really well, which is right under the rib cage anyway. Has a really smooth spin right there in the shoulder, and then coming out right here. The shoulder moves really smooth also. There's some pretty strong joint here, right here at the elbow also, but it does not come into a 90-degree angle. Spins right here in this fist and moves back and forth pretty well and around. Same here. Same here. Look at this. Basically a mirror image. This one I don't mind both being fists. And interestingly enough, this is almost like a wristband right here instead of a belt, and doesn't really need to be loose, but it is. Does turn right here at the waist. His hip joints move pretty well. Oof, be careful you don't pinch your finger in these big heavy-duty knee joints. It is pretty hard to move. This one was definitely looser than the other ones, but look, this part of the knee didn't even move at all. So this one's moving a little too easily, and this one's, there we go. Just had to loosen it up a bit. There we go. Oop, I did pinch my finger after all. Okay, so then we have some really good joints for the ankles. Oh, at least for that one. There we go. Got this one moving back and forth, around. And take a look at his, he moves in the high part of the thigh. He's got shorts to match the team's uniform. And otherwise looks pretty great. The little bit of highlight right here on the feet and the upper part of the chest and the head and the shoulders, so that looks pretty good. And let's see what we can do about making it clobbering time. There we are. I want him to stand big and tall. Look at that. Think about that. Very cool. Let's make them intimidating. Look at that. There we are. Alright, cool. That looks great. Simple. Oh. Simple, but looks absolutely outstanding. Look at that. Loving it. There we go. Okay, awesome. All right. So last but not least, we do have our She-Hulk Hulk action figure. She looks absolutely outstanding. And of course, she's not necessarily for the Fantastic Four series, but I'm sure they've crossed paths before. But that's why this one doesn't say Fantastic Four on the front, but and doesn't have the emblem on the top. But what a great figure to round out this set. And look at this beautiful artwork here. This great action pose here. And back here it says Hulk. It says Jennifer Walters struggles to control her anger and keep the powerful Hulk at bay. So the last one. This one comes with 2 arms, the right arms. And yeah, let's get her on out. Very cool. And look at that. Of course, it's elongating like Mr. Fantastic and like the Invisible Woman. Also invisible. So that's really cool. We'll take a closer look at that in a moment. And here's the regular Skrull arm. Look at that. Look how tall she is. We do have hands to swap out, so I'm happy about that. Let's see, her arms are getting stuck. There we go. And there we go. Definitely tall. And take a look at this head sculpt. I love the paint. Love the Super Channel G green for the eyes, right there across the nose. Beautiful head sculpt, face sculpt. This paint on the hair looks a little rushed, but that hair sculpt looks cool. Let's see. The head moves really far down, and probably would move pretty far back if it weren't for the hair restricting it. Let's see. The arms kind of click as they go around. They have really nice joints to do out. Look at that. That looks outstanding. Goes in the high part of the bicep. And then she's got, well, she only has single joints. I would have thought she still had double joints. But she almost, well, I guess this would be 90 right here. So definitely closer to 45-degree angle. Look at that. She's got her ab crunch underneath the ribs. It doesn't move like terribly far down or back. Well, back it moves pretty well. Got some of that gamma radiation or whatever's going on here as far as from the cuts. Torn jeans, so pockets got pretty good detail on that. Torn shirt, and let's see. Got great joints right here on the knees. Here we are. Nice, solid. Great movement right here on the high part of the thigh. Excellent movement right here in the hips. And it does not turn at the waist, so just keep that in mind. And great sculpt. And moves really well right here at the ankles. Look at that. Especially because she's barefoot. So, this looks absolutely wonderful. She's definitely hulking out. And I don't even know if we need a different pose, but these are what the other hands look like. Kind of like, so I guess to hold something would be really cool. Otherwise, right now, since she's having a fit of rage, I guess I'd be okay with her having the 2 fists. And look at this, almost like cosmic swoosh back here. So let me go ahead and set this aside. Let's take a look at how we want to pose her. And man, is she tall. So let's see. Let's just do something simple like this, right? And have her just in a fit of rage. Look at that. We'll probably just do that. Turn her a little bit. Look at that. Is that good enough? Let's move this back up. And they're kind of angling down a little bit. So that's a little weird. I wish they weren't. So that does stick out to me, but you know, whatever. Still pretty good. Alright. Let's see, let's bring the leg back in there so it's a little more natural pose. And there we are. Look at that. I guess we could turn her this way. Yeah, I guess that'll work better. Okay, what do you guys think? It looks absolutely outstanding. There we go. I would turn her head just a little bit. Look at that. Wow! Oops. Got caught on my tripod. These look absolutely outstanding so far. A little unimpressed with Mr. Fantastic, but otherwise the other figures look pretty good. Okay, and let's get on to what you've been waiting for. Last but certainly not least, we are gonna have our Super Skrull, which, let's put our pieces out right here. What do you say to that? Look at this. We actually have this as well, right? So how cool is that? We have a little flame. I think that looks absolutely wonderful. And which head do you want to use? I mean, clearly we will set these two arms aside because no thanks. And which head sculpt do we want? I guess let's try this one. Even though the other one looks a little more menacing. So let's see if we can get this too. You heard that? Alright, that looks great. Let's put this clobbering time. Oops. Let's see. Heard that click. Uh-oh. I'm not getting it to come down. And then it's kind of weird right here. So, there, just apply pressure and down. There we go. Same thing here. There we go. Pressure and down. Man, this action figure already looks incredible. Let's put this right on in here. It's not going in very easily. Twist and push. Doing something wrong. Let's try this one instead. Wow, that's strange. Never had that sort of trouble. And then it's also shaped weird. Alright, give me a second. Alright, so we got one in, and it took me having to lift the arms up, really grip it tight and push, but I can't get this one in. Let's try this one. Okay, so I really had to grip it like this and then shove in like this, and it was not easy. Let me say that much. So, alright. So now that I got that out of the way, that was extremely difficult. And I would, his leg is a little crooked. But, alright, nonetheless, look how absolutely incredible this Super Skrull looks. And we could have this face right here, but I'll go ahead and have this one. Look how great this looks. Okay, so this is a combination of Mr. Fantastic and the Invisible Woman. It's a combination of Thing and Human Torch. Look at that. Doesn't that look absolutely great? So, I'm sure we could do all sorts of other stuff. Firebeard. Fire on the leg. Look at that. That's still kind of cool. Without having it on the arm here. So, what do you think about that? I'm sure nobody else is going to put on the leg, but I kind of like it there. Look at that. Because I want to show off this Thing arm. So, let's take a closer look. This head sculpt. And take a look at that. So we have a little bit of yellow here for some reason. Okay, and let's see the head articulation. Head moves pretty far back, pretty far forward. That looks nice. That's great movement. Just a great head sculpt all around. I really like the sculpt on this upper body, torso. That's great clicking. Ab crunching moves really far back and forward. Look at that. Okay, this does restrict the arms from moving a little bit. but it does spin all the way around. The shoulder, there we go. Support it and push it in and out because it's a little tougher than you would imagine. You don't want it to just crack off here either. Got some pretty good mobility right here at the elbow and comes in more than a 90-degree angle. So that's really cool. Same thing here. Wow, this one actually comes in and he's like, accidentally hit himself. All right, let's see right here. This wrist does go back and forth and spins. So that's cool. Interesting how it's curved a little bit there. So that's cool. Right, it does move at the waist. He's definitely, they made him stronger legs. Moves in the high part of the thigh. Moves all right at the hip. There we go. That it does have this extra, and it's joint right here, which I don't like. And this one's a little bit looser, but that's all right. We're just super glue it. And we got some great articulation right here in the boots. So that looks great. Muscle detail. So I'm really, really digging this figure. This is an outstanding Build-A-Figure. So just get him a strong pose because he shouldn't be like creeping around. He should be very much feeling like he's in charge, like he's the man. Let's even ab crunch him back like that. Look at that. If I can just get him to stay, it looks wonderful. Or I should say, it looks fantastic. There we are. Okay, and then I dropped the flame somewhere, found it, nailed it. There we are. Cool. Wow, that looks great. Let's set them right here. And let me just say, guys, if you have not already subscribed to our channel, please subscribe below. Hit the notification bell next to it so you get notified every time we have a new video come out. Talk to us in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you. Let us know where in the world you're watching from and which one of these you like or you have already. And yeah, so until next time, guys, thanks for watching Vincent Gigi's Super Channel G. Peace.